Can you let that breath become so soft that nothing moves? Can you get your rib nicely expand to the side, to the front, and to the back, 360 degrees without the belly expanding?
Try to be curious, try to explore your body, because we're really trying to activate the brain and create that brain-body connection, which translates into your posture moving a lot better. Our goal is to get into the exhale of 8 seconds. At the beginning, it might be super difficult, but that's your goal, to get that exhale as long as possible.
Hello, if you've been here before, welcome back. If you are new to my space, welcome. My name is Hedy Shah. I'm a body worker and a mindfulness teacher. I support humans to break free from the construct of today's society to create an unconditioned life so they can turn setbacks into strength, experience greater vitality and trust in their bodies through postural alignment, functional strength training, and the magics of mindfulness. Without further ado, let's get started today's video. The basics of breathing. If there was one important lesson I wanted you to take, would be improving your breathing. Your lung is located into your rib cage. And in order for you to breathe effectively, you need to be able to expand your rib 360 degrees, front, back, to the side. But nowadays, the majority of the people breathe into only the front of our rib and getting that low rib to flare up, or we get so stuck or collapsed so much in our rib that we don't really get to fully expand the front of the rib. So there are so many different variations that you see in humans that we adjust because our body wants to survive, and we always prioritize breathing over anything else. I want you to learn how to start breathing into your diaphragm and getting your lung expand in your rib. In order for you to do that, you need to minimize belly expansion. For the majority of the exercises you will be doing, we try not to expand through the belly, rather through the diaphragm. So without further ado, give it a watch. Take a breath in. Nice relaxed exhale. Another breath in. Nice relaxed exhale. I want you to notice what's happening as you're taking another breath in your neck and shoulders. Do you feel any movement there? Relax, exhale out. On the next breath in, breathe in a way that there's no movement in the neck and shoulders. Ninja breath. If I was right beside you, I couldn't hear you breathe. Can you let that breath become so soft that nothing moves? Nice relaxed exhale. Let's keep going with that soft breath in. I want your nervous system, your body, your mind recognize the difference. What a soft breath looks like for you. Maybe you notice your breath is becoming deeper, you feel calmer, you feel more at ease. Let's do one more breath here. Nice relaxed exhale out. Good. So now you're going to have your index finger in the front and your thumbs in the back of your rib. So this is a breathing practice to teach you how to expand your diaphragm. Our diaphragm is responsible for the expansion of our rib and our ability to breathe into our lung. So we're not going to belly breath. What we're looking for is, can we keep the belly as relaxed as possible while we're breathing into our rib? I want you to start feeling that your rib is expanding to the side, to the front, and to the back. So we continue with that soft breath in, but the same ninja breath. But this time I want you to do a self-assessment. See, can you get your rib nicely expand to the side, to the front, and to the back, 360 degrees without the belly expanding? Maybe you notice the back ribs don't expand. That's okay. On the next breath in, can you bring more expansion to the areas that they don't expand? Almost as if you're teaching, you're guiding your brain to rediscover a new way of breathing. Keep going. We're here for 3 more reps of breath. Maybe you close your eyes, you soften your gaze so you can tune in and fully feel what's going on your rib. So now you probably have noticed there are certain part that doesn't fully expand. So your goal is to get that expansion going. Maybe after a few breaths, you actually start noticing the expansion. Or maybe for some of you, it's harder and it requires more effort. So moving forward, I want you to start focusing on breathing through your diaphragm and get that expansion going on. So we're going to continue with the same rhythm of inhale. Now we're going to add our exhale to it. So we softly inhale, get that rib nicely, 360-degree expansion. Now blow into a birthday balloon. And get your exhale as long as possible. So you've got 2 options. Either imagining you've got a birthday balloon on your lips and you're blowing into a birthday balloon. But if that feels difficult or you feel like you cannot access it fully, you can open your mouth and exhale through the back of your throat like this. Both are absolutely correct. Choose what allows for a better movement of the rib and better core integration for you. So let's keep going. Soft inhale. Getting that expansion. Blow into a birthday balloon or side out. Until you're fully empty. Lips sealed. Soft inhale again. Full exhale out. Keep going for a few more reps of breath as I explain a few little details. So our goal is to get ourselves to 8 seconds long exhale as quickly as we possibly can. So we need to keep our exhale as full, as consistent as possible. But for some of us, exhale feels really difficult. So you might not be able to get to 8 seconds long exhale anytime soon, but what you want to work on, maybe you can go for 3 seconds exhale and then slowly build that to 4 seconds to 5 seconds. The other important factor in this is when we fully exhale and we completely empty, we want to have a grace moment to transition to our inhale, because if we don't have that moment of grace, what we will do is we want to rush our inhale and then immediately we get our neck and shoulders activated, our belly might expand. So remember, if you feel like at 8 seconds you're too rushed for breath to be able to keep it soft, then you might want to get that to 6 seconds. So you've got enough time, enough grace for you to move to the next inhale. So let's do 3 more breaths here with having all these little things covered. Soft inhale. Get that nice 360-degree expansion with no sound of the breath. Exhale either through as if you're blowing into a birthday balloon or you're sighing it out. Go for full emptiness, whatever that is for you. Lips sealed. Transition softly into the next inhale. Full exhale out. One more here. Nice, relax, exhale out.
You already watched the breathing mechanics around how to expand our diaphragm and how we can use our core for extra support. And today's exercise is going to be focusing on tying that practice into an actual exercise. So a lot of postural work out there are very much muscle focused, but our work is completely brain focused. So it's very normal to feel a little bit overwhelmed when I give you all these little things to focus on. But trust me, the more you do the work, the more it all ties in together and you feel a lot more confident about what you do. So when I give you those sensory things to focus on, so try to be curious, try to explore your body, because we're really trying to activate the brain and create that brain-body connection, which translates into your posture moving a lot better. So what you will need for this session is something like a rolled out blanket or a foam roll, or even like these little Pilates ball would do it as well. And you need a pillow or a smaller towel or a blanket that you can roll to support your neck. When we lie down, what we want to feel. So we want to feel the area, the bony area in the back of our pelvis touch the floor. What does that mean? If you trace your spine all the way down and go slightly to the left and slightly to the right, you feel those bony areas. We want to feel and sense those ones on the ground. Remember, when I say sense, we want to force the brain to remember to connect. So that's okay that if that takes a longer amount of time for you to find it. The other thing that we want to feel on the ground is our whole feet, in particular, the inner part of our feet, right underneath the big toe, and the inner part of our heels. This doesn't mean that I'm going to roll my foot in. We want the whole feet to stay down, remember? We're just keeping our biases on the inner part of our foot. So let's get going. So you're going to grab your blanket, the chunky blanket or the foam roll or the exercise ball between your legs, and then you lie down on your back. Put the rolled out blanket right underneath your neck. While we're doing this, we want to keep the airways nice and open so we can maintain that soft breathing that we discussed in the previous video. So you don't want to be here. That creates a lot of tension in the neck. You also don't want to be here, that you're closing all the airways. You want to be somewhere in the middle, nice and relaxed. That's why we've got that rolled out blanket. Put it right there for extra support. If you've got long hair, make sure there's no ponytail there. Obviously, I do have it for the recording of this video, but please, you don't need to have that when you're practicing this exercise. Also, ideally have no socks on, because we want to focus on the senses, and the more you can feel the ground, the better you're gonna feel what you're trying to focus on. So now that we're set up, we start finding that bony area in our lower back on the ground. So there is that slight shift that needs to happen for that touch point to touch the ground. So you might need to move your feet further out, further in to find that touch point on the ground. So when you find it, let your brain remember that, try to maintain that. Now we're going to the feet. We're finding the inner part of our feet. Our whole feet stays down. We're not turning in. We're not detaching the foot from the ground. We're keeping it down. We sense the inner part of our feet, in particular beneath the big toe and the inner part of the heel. To review, we've got the lower back, those 2 touch points. We've got the feet, those 4 touch points. Now we let our brain to fully anchor into those touch points. And remembering that we are also keeping our airways open, head nice and relaxed on the ground. Now we are incorporating the breathing practice that we've already done for a few reps before the actual exercise starts. So we softly inhale into the side of our ribs, and then exhale through the back of your throat. Obviously, you can have your hands rest on your low rib or have it on the ground, it doesn't really matter. I like it to have on my lower ribs, so it helps me focus better and really feel what moves, what doesn't move. So we keep that going. Soft inhale, ninja breath. Exhale through the back of your throat. Our goal is to get into the exhale of 8 seconds. At the beginning, it might be super difficult, but that's your goal, to get that exhale as long as possible. One important, super important thing is you're not collapsing your chest down. You're not doing that. You're keeping that chest nice and open. We're really focusing on integrating the lower rib here rather than the chest collapsing down. Also, we are not looking at crunching, which is a very common abs exercise. We're looking at feeling the connection of our side abs. There's that gentle integration that happens on the side abs, and that's what we're looking for. Let's keep going for 2 to 3 more reps of breath. Make sure you're continuously maintaining those touch points. One last breath here, soft inhale. Nice long exhale out. Beautiful. So now we're going to continue maintaining those touch points, and we're going to add a reach to this exercise. So you're going to reach towards the side of your knees. Especially for those of you who have shoulder injuries and things like that, you can always think about reaching this way if just holding this position is too difficult for you. But if you're good, just maintaining that reach. But remember, we're not reaching too much that we're crunching. We want to keep the reach nice and relaxed, but the idea is that our shoulder blades are moving to the side and we're opening up space in the back of our rib. So we're here for 3 reps of breath, keeping that nice reach, the inner part of your feet, the back, the relaxed neck, soft inhale. Lips sealed, soft inhale. Nice long exhale out. One more time. Now we're taking it to a next arm positioning. Obviously, if you've got shoulder stuff going on, just to stay in a position that feels comfortable for you. For example, you can stay here and keep going with the breathing for another 5 or 10 reps. If you're okay on the shoulders, then we're going to go for that reach towards the ceiling. Again, remember, we are not crunching. Think about you got an iron symbol in the middle of your chest and you're keeping that nice and proud and expressed, but without you flaying the rib up, right? Because you're losing that touch point on the ground. So now we're creating that nice reach, soft inhale, nice long exhale out. One last one. This position is comfortable. You can go to the next one, which is reaching overhead. That puts you in a position that your rib want to flare, but you're not doing that, right? Because you want to keep working on stabilizing your rib cage. So obviously, if you've got shoulder stuff going on, you can always stick with the first 2 phases of this exercise. Now softly inhale. One last inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Now you can relax everything. Well done on the breathing. As you perhaps experienced, even though the exercise looks very simple, it's almost as if you're doing nothing. There are so many little things that you need to be focusing on, and that's the magic of this work. So give it time, keep playing with the breathing every day and see how it evolves for you. Thank you for spending your valuable time and presence with me. If you enjoyed today's experience, please subscribe, comment, and like. This is going to be helping the channel, and it's going to be helping my spirit to be able to know that you're enjoying the content so I can create more of these resources for you.